and she was just the sweetest thing. And before I quit, I think maybe just a few months, they hired another tall black girl.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember her name, and I just met her not long ago, and I said she'd hurt me if I. But
what did Miss Rena? What did she do? What part? What
She would take care of in the back when the clothes would come in.
Mm-hmm.
She'd take care of helping Sis, Bernard unload all that clothes, bring it to the what department it was coming from, or going to rather.
Right.
And she would help me, in different ways, and I'd bring in, if I was going to get a Coke, I'd bring her a Coke.
Mm-hmm.
And then a few years back, I did become a CNA, a certified nurse.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
right.
I took care of Miss Rena.
Oh, really?
Before she died, yes.
Wow.
And when I walked into that house, it was like, it was the most beautiful reunion of two people. I kissed
Mm-hmm.
and hugged her, and
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't want me to touch her, or I was going take her blood pressure and her temp and all these things, and she said, that's all I want you to do. I don't want you to take care of me. She said, not you. I said, but that's my job.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see about taking care of you. And but she said, Miss Patty, I said, Miss Rena. So she let me. She laid in the bed, but she was, but I took care of her until she died.
Huh. So back whenever you were, whenever you got your job in Bergen Cons, I guess, what were the prospects like for women? Was it still kind of nursing, school teacher?
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much just, that was kind of the thing.
And I don't know if anybody ever left and did that I remember in my time, my age, that left to be anything but a mom.
All right.
Going, we got married to our school sweethearts and
Mm-hmm.
became parents.
Right, and raised kids.
Raised our children.
Mm-hmm. I know my mom's a nurse, and her mom's a nurse.
I love it. I take care of my dad until he died, and
Mm-hmm.
that's what I should have went to school to be, but.
Well, my mom did it, and then she doesn't really like it too much.
It's
She says it's too stressful now.
Right, you have to deal with.
She liked it when she was younger, but.
We were just in the hospital with my husband. That is not Mervyn Kahn's time, but
Mm-hmm.
he's got heart problems, and he just put the number 10 stent. So we've been in the hospital since 16 years, like every 8 months. We in the hospital.
Oh boy.
So it's good to know a little bit about nursing.
Yeah, I know. I wish I knew how to take blood pressure or something. Can't do any of that. What were the seasonal fluctuations in the business? When was it busy? Quiet, busy, like Christmas.
The holidays are crazy.
That's what I hear.
Because they take me and I gift wrap, and I loved it. And we had a place in the back of the draper department where we fixed up a long table, and we do nothing but gift wrap. And they had lines and lines of people.
Lines to get their stuff wrapped.
Wrapped. Yeah. That was fun.
Uh-huh. Was it busy when school went back in? People come around, like
Yeah.
they would come around from all over.
Yeah, because we had the shirts that the kids wanted in the children's department. They didn't have uniforms in those days, but they had the shirts, white shirts for us to go to, like private schools.
Right. Yeah. What was the most popular department? What do you think? Can you remember? Busy. Clothing. Or
That would be
goods?
between the ladies, the ladies and the children.
So people got a lot of their kids' clothing. Children and ladies. Oh, they had a charge account policy.
Yep.
You could get a tab,
Sure could.
and anyone could get one.
Just about.
Really? And what did you do? You just said you put your. I guess you put your name or.
That way Mr. Deverval would do that.
Oh, okay.
You'd go up and talk to Mr. Deverval, and I don't think he refused many people.
No.
And your name, your address. I don't. Those days, no Social Security. I don't believe.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever. And if you lived in the country, whereabouts in the country, you lived. And it's not often he said no. And the people would come pay him. They'd go upstairs. I'll never forget the flight of stairs. You'd go up and then you'd turn and go up again.
And there was a certain area where you paid your.
Yeah.
Okay.
A certain area.
And were people pretty trusting? I mean, people would pay the tab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't have any problem. Even like with people that had, like my grandparents, once a year, when their crops would come in.
Right, like you said.
They'd come and pay. There was so many people that way.
Huh.
So many. The
Wow.
country, the Gossens, the Zone Breakers, us,
Mm-hmm.
and so many more.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they would, couldn't pay during the,
No,
you didn't have the money for it.
You only get 1 month or 2 months of.
That's right. And the meat, like the meat and stuff, well, we have frozen food locker.
These short tapes. Sorry. So you're saying you had a meat locker, right?
Yeah, we'd go to the frozen, we call it frozen food locker.
Mm-hmm.
And Papa would have we had all the cattle we wanted. But we'd have it cut up, and my grandmother would come every day, get the meat that she wanted to cook for the guys, and Now, if company would come, she'd just get chicken or whatever in the yard.
Where would they get their Mervyn Con? Where did they get their meat?
I would think they got it from here, like Mr. Cohn.
Like
They
around.
probably got it at Batson's, Richard, around here.
Okay.
Mr. They had another store on Adams, right by the school, Central School, over there.
So did they had their own butcher in the store?
Mm-hmm.
And it was nice, like a good selection.
Yes.
So the groceries were, fruit, whatever, everything.
We had we don't have, well, we have what we have now. Winn-Dixie,
Piggly Wiggly.
Piggly Wiggly. That's about it.
Yeah.
Champlain's, which, I don't go to Champlain's at all. But that's neat. That's not to say somebody else doesn't go, But Piggly Wiggly is really busy.
That's, yeah. I know, I passed by it when I'm coming up from Golden Grade.
And I live that way. So it's no use to go across town.
Right.
It might be a little bit cheaper at Winn-Dixie, but it's the time and the...
Were the prices of Mervyn Cons, decent, good?
Yes. Well, when people would come from all over, that they were
Never
good price.
competitive, yeah.
Good price.
Were there any delivery policies? Like, could you get something delivered to your house? Like, could you order something and...
I don't remember that. I know
No.
we mailed stuff, because I was in the dry goods and I'd wrap those boxes. And we'd mail to people's shoes to Lafayette, Crowley, Iota.
They tell you their size, or you'd know it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They'd call one of the ladies, and they'd bring it to, because I worked in the wrapping department for a little while, and they showed me how to wrap those boxes, and I learned that easily.
Yeah.
And then we just send that off.
What kind of promotions did they have? Did they have any kind of giveaways or something like? Or
I think they would have, like they have sales. Like Stage has sales. Well, Mervyn Collins had sales every now and then. Good sales. You know, you had a rack of clothes.
Kind of
Yeah.
going out,
Yeah. So you had the,
close out stuff.
yeah, that was in every department though.
Okay. Did they advertise a lot?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Like in the paper and stuff?
Yeah,
I know,
that was-
I know you said you didn't read the paper much.
No, but in those
Back
days, in those days, there was not
Different.
much of a paper. But we had it was a Crawley paper for sure.